click it. I have to sit there. So I've been trying to work on that. I have hotkeys and stuff there's just been a lot that I'm trying to do right now to get us where we want to be, right? If you could take the time, like, share, subscribe, maybe share this with a friend. That would be great. That'd be awesome. Just trying to grow a community of traders here. So I'm going to run through a couple things this morning. What can we expect? At least what do I think I can expect from the markets? I don't know what's going on here. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Okay. Boom, boom. All right. Guys, sorry for getting up so late this morning. I don't know what it was. I just, I don't even know if I think it's not even just me. I think it's just one of those Monday mornings, I don't know. No, as I was saying, I don't know why my alarm didn't go off, so I gotta check. I don't know what was going on this morning, what happened, but good morning. Let's get into it. Right? Let's get into it. If I could just get all these things in order. This is the morning I'm having, right? Let me make sure you guys can see everything. All right. Wow, I gotta bring it over even more. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to make that wider. I think that's about as wide as it goes, though. That's the struggle with trying to have this wide screen, this wide monitors, and trying to stream it on wide monitors. Just like it's hard for some of these streaming platforms to like pick up. Maybe I can. I had to fool with it maybe, but I thought that I already did, and I felt like that's probably the best that I'm gonna get. At least from what I'm seeing it on. I notice if I watched it on my phone, it's a little different. But what's up? I'm Justin. This is the Ivy League live stream. We're going to run through the markets. We trade here live Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4. I want to know what is going on with my charts. Oh my gosh. Alright, okay. Come on. I am not going to just sit and mess with this thing right now. Right, okay. Good, great, grand, wonderful. Wonderful. I'll just make sure that you guys can see everything. I promise. Alright, let's run through it. We got the SPY. PayPal apparently has a pop. PYPL. It's just kind of funny the way he was saying it. So look, I still have Baba up from last night, right? I still have this up from last night, and I will bring it over so you guys can see it and make it clear. All right, it's trying to hold those. Looks like it's putting in lower highs. So if Baba takes out one of these lower highs, and we start getting up here, the trade's changed in my mind. Right, if that level holds right there. Thing is we could just come down and test this low here, Friday's pre-market highs. See if we curl back around and then start to get up there. That might be a nice trade, guys. That's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be watching Baba, so that's my first one. I want to see what Baba does. A lot of these today, I'm going to, depending on as I go through them, I may just let them like play out. We're going to see. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to get my watch list together, and it's a little frustrating that I woke up a tad bit late this morning, but it is what it is. I did a lot over the weekend. So, and then I need to find out what news we do have or don't have. All right. What is it that we have going on here? Why? Okay, yes, we know we have. Sorry, I'm just discombobulated. Billions balloon. That's our job right there. That's our job. He grew his balloon. He went from 130 to 147. Okay? That's our job. We have a number. We have to make that number bigger. That's your job. That's it. That's it. You have one job. That your job is to take that number that you have and make it bigger. And again, if you guys have any ideas or anything you guys are looking at, go ahead and throw them in the chat. PSTX. Man, this is frustrating. This is frustrating. I did too. I had a busy weekend too. All right, I gotta start going through these. Let's do it. Let's run through these. Let's knock it out of the way. Let's go through the SPY. All right, so like we said, we think we're going to get a reversal in the S&Ps. Let's go to a hourly chart. Why don't we? Let's see if we are. So let me bring up the Qs over here. So Qs, same thing. I want to know. So, and I didn't. There was a couple of things that I left out yesterday during that stream. I want to know which one, after we do whatever it is that we're doing, which one is the leader, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. I want to know. Right? So there's the S&Ps. That's a 1 hour. I didn't mean to get a 1 hour. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. No. I definitely want to see if we can get back up here. This is the area that I'm looking at between today and tomorrow. Right? It's going to be here. It's going to be here. You know, it's going to be here. This level was never support, which is also pretty funny. This previous double top was never support. We'll see what happens if we end up breaking this 448 going into 449. So now you're noticing after what I went over with you guys yesterday, you guys are now seeing the fight that's taking place at this level, right? If it gets another rejection and it just, you know, it continues to try and break back up through it and can't, then we got to look for more downside. I don't think it's going to break back up through this level the first time. So I would look for a pullback and then turn this 447.94 into support. That's what I would look for. Or we're testing whatchamacallit. This is a playbook type of trade, so we're going to want to watch for this. So maybe I'll focus on the S&Ps today. What's the playbook? What did we have Friday? We had a down day. Right? We had a down day. Now we're coming into a gap up. Do we pull back and come in to try and test the close or the low? If we do, if we cannot, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this right here. All right. So I'm going to set this up like this. So I'm going to put a line here. They're right next to each other. Right? They're right next to each other. So I know I don't even have to look. I don't even have to be told when we get there. That's the low. That's the close. If we cannot break either one of these, if we get down to it and it struggles and cannot break, I will take a long. I will take a long. Do I think the time is now? Oh, if you could, take the time, like, share, subscribe. We do this every Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4. And then we go over our trades in the afternoons, okay? So me see here. It's a 5-minute chart. According to the 5-minute. Oh my gosh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. Sorry, I just had some issues. Some issues. But how was your guys' weekend? Comment down below. How was your guys' weekend? I want to know. I desperately want to know how your weekend was. Just kidding. No, I do. Hope you guys did have a great weekend. If you guys have any questions yourselves, you can throw them in the chat. It's already 9 o'clock. There is news on Manu, MANU. Just from the 5 minutes I've been sitting here. So I actually want to add in my 20-day moving average. Actually, I have it right here, so I don't even have to. All right, guys. So I want to see if we get up to... See, we're already at 449.90. I want to see if we get to 450 today. 450 is going to be my level that I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching right here. I'm going to be watching right there. Why is that? Because I think that that is where... I'm going to be watching that level right there on the daily. Right, or could we see 451? No, come on. I'm just trying to get all of my stuff going here, guys. Let's do it, team. Is Yell falling apart? So if I think the market's going to go green, I want to be long the stocks that did not close below Friday's close. So, for instance, the SPY broke below Friday. Microsoft did not, right? The stocks that did, Chevron did. All right, so let's do it. Let's get the list going. See? Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's get pumped. I'm ready to make some goddamn money. Let's go. Let's do this, guys. I'm ready. I'm so ready. And if you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and throw them in the chat. I need to wake up a little bit earlier. So, Microsoft, man, looking a tad bit weak, but that's all good. All good, because I am ready to tear this thing apart if it gives me the opportunity. All right, if it gives me the opportunity. So where are we trading? We are right here. 329, 329, 329, 329, 329. $329. So what you want to do, some guys, from time to time, is take pre-market off. You guys want to take pre-market off because it helps you paint the picture. It helps you paint the picture of what's really going on, right? We've turned that into resistance. There's your flat top base. We can see that. Got a gap. You still have a small gap fill up here, guys. We still have a small gap fill in this area that was not ever filled, right? We got to look for this to be a target. 336. All right. 15-minute chart. Let's look at, we have a rising MACD and such. Yep, as we should. Okay, so I'm going to look for Microsoft. Honestly, I want to see if I can hit these lows. Let me see. I don't know if I'm going to get that though. So if I think the SPY pulls back to get Friday's close and stuff like that, I want to see if Microsoft can do the same. Right? I want to see if Microsoft can do the same. Why is that there? What is that green line there for? I'm not sure. Oh my God. Come on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just getting frustrated with this thing here. Okay. It just started to put in lower lows now, as we can see. I'm just really feeling this gap fill area up here. This has got to be, Friday's high's got to be the target. It's got to be the target. You know, and I don't know if we get there today.
More highs now, $6.50. Continue to spike here. Victor Tango Golf November.
I'll just make it like a small blue. That might be ugly. That's going to be my target. Okay, that blue is going to be my target. I also do want to see if we start to put in a lower high. There is a small level here. And what is this? Shit. I hate that this takes so much time. Alright. Oh my gosh, the creek. 331.89. Come here, turkey. Yeah, so there is a previous little resistance here at 332. All right, that was that little island here. All right, that's that little island there. Oh, okay. Maybe I gotta pan it out a little bit. I'm ready to make some money today. I know that. I really am. I don't see why we can't test I don't see why we can't get back into this range at 334. That's my target. 334 is my target. I got to stick with it until something changes. till something changes, honestly. Right? Because we are holding this level, but we do want to see what we do decide to. So support. Does it start trying to turn this area into resistance? What is this green line for? Okay, that's previous support, so I see what's going on. So that's what I'm going to look for Microsoft. I'm going to see if I can buy the pullback. Now, even if I catch a few dollars, you know, there's sell volume here. I don't want to be cute with it. Again, there's selling going on. There's not a bunch of buying. You have your 50-day up here is at 336.50. Okay, 336.50. I mean, this 100-day is working its way up. I mean, you really come back. You have a gap fill down here, and your 100-day is working its way up. If you were to come back down and fill that gap, it's going to take you right to 314. So I want to look to see if I can get short 334. I want to see if I could swing that and bring this thing back down to this 100-day. Because it would turn this whole area back into support that it hasn't done so already. It hasn't done it. Look at that gap fill. It's a huge gap fill. This is why you got to use dailies. You got to use dailies. You got to use weeklies because you're going to see things that some other people aren't. It's important. It really is. Look at that. Look at that weekly base right there. Resistance. You have not turned 310.50 into support. You haven't done it yet. 311, 310 area. All right. That's my plan. That's my plan right there. So it might take a little bit of time. That's fine. We're coming into the weak months. Ironically, we have a resistance here, and we're coming into a couple weak months. So that's Microsoft for you. But today, I'm going to look for Microsoft possibly on the long side for a couple bucks. Right? The real move is going to be back, getting it back down here. Especially if we break this base, turn it into resistance. All right? That's a perfect area. 310 is the target. I'm looking for 310. I want to see Microsoft at 310, whether it's the end of August, September, 310 is what I'm looking at for Microsoft. Maybe they try and suck everybody long and then run it down their throats. Right? Maybe that's what happens today. Get everybody all bowled up. Get them all bowled up and then run it down their throats. Right? $333.55. I see. It's already 312. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Shame on me. Shame on me. There is a little area here that I'm watching. So that's previous pivot low. Let's see if there's relevance there. Oh, wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? That's going to be an area to watch. That's going to be an area. All right, I'm done with Microsoft. I apologize. What else? If you guys have any tickers, throw them in the chat. Okay, throw them in the chat if you guys have anything. I do want to see if I can get this short up, get this short going here. All right, I will be looking to get long today if it gives me the opportunity. but I'm not an idiot, and I do know that see, fuck. And I didn't want to cuss. I said I wasn't going to cuss today. I said I wasn't going to cuss. Alright, so that's where I want to get short. Even though we do have a gap fill up here. That's the target. Looks like it's trying to take that trade now. No. Still struggling a little bit. Let's run through. I got to get some of these. So Tesla's falling out of bed. What's going on with Tesla? What's going on with Tesla? Alright, so there's a target that I held. Broke down. So Tesla has broken Friday's close. What's going on with Tesla? Does anybody know? Tesla appoints to be CFO to replace Zach. So that's 9/13, 9/12. So it's as of August 4th. Alright. CFO, CEO stepping down. Must be important. He must be an important guy. I know we don't have many viewers this morning, but for anyone that is here, look at this. Alright, it's coming back into that 100-day. So if we go to the weekly chart, we're going to see the real support and resistant areas. I gotta get some more coffee too. Market's gonna open in 10 minutes, guys. Good luck today. I'm gonna continue to go through these levels. I'm really curious to see where this thing goes. Right, so it's it probably broke through the 100-day already, but you have some minor support down here. Man, this thing could find itself back to 200 in no time. Honestly, there's no real support here, guys. There really isn't. You have all this discombobulation here. You know, Tesla to the downside might be the play. If I'm being honest. I mean, it's always an area. It's not an exact price level. But if I had to say, you know, that's a lower high on the weekly chart. I don't know. I'm feeling bearish Tesla, honestly. I mean, I don't know where, you know, here's the thing too. You have your 50-day right there, right? You have your 50-day right there. That's a 50 weekly moving average to find support. You're having the 200-day work its way up, right? So I would look to see if you turn this 254.50 back into resistance. I would look to turn that area back into resistance. It's like 254 area. Let's go to the daily on Tesla. Well, we got some news today. Hooray. Alright. I don't like that. I want... No. Give me automatic. Alright, so... It's already just about broke this stuff. What's up, man? Good morning. I hope you had a good weekend, buddy. VTGN. I think there's news with the CFO stepping down on Tesla. So I figured that's why I was going to play Tesla. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but it's already starting to break down. So there is, see, you know what I mean? Look at the volume coming in. There's news. I think, like I just said, I think Tesla gets down a little bit. Over, you know, we're coming into a weak month. I think a lot of them do. A lot of stocks. It looks, everything's lining up too perfect, and I'll go over it on the watch list because I'll have to go a little bit later at like maybe lunchtime. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Tesla. We'll see if I get in any trades. But yeah. So there's the 50-day. I wonder, so where's Tesla at right now? Tesla is, let me put a mark. This is what I'm going to be trading this morning. Look at it breaking it. Damn it. We got 10 minutes into the bell and it's already breaking it. Shit. Oh, yeah. VTGN. That is insane. Yep, that is insane. Yep. What was it? Do you know what the news was? I just seen that come over the squawk box.
BTGN 4405 now.
4405 now. Okay, so there he is talking about it now.
Vista Gen 30.
All right, there's the other one. Good job, Carly. My trigger. Good job. Even though I heard him talking about it, I just didn't care to look. But I will be playing if there's an opportunity. You guys want to go over that right now and get our levels? See where we have resistance. Where do we think this thing's going? Is it in no man's land? 54, 60. Okay, so this thing might have room. Come on. Alright, so 69 is the previous all-time high. No, 469. What? Oh my god. Alright, so, alright. Let's do it. There is no levels. You have no levels. At least I don't. VTGN. Let me look on this over here. VTGN. Looks like everybody and their mother is going to be on this. Oh yeah, you got levels. This is what I hate about Thinkorswim, man. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Alright, so I'm gonna have to just give you guys the levels here. You're at a resistance area right now, guys. You guys are at resistance right now. That's why you're seeing a pullback to 40.39. See, you got to get these levels. If you're going to play small caps, you got to know how to play them. I would hope you would, because they can help you. They can help grow an account for you if you don't have much money. You want to set stop losses because don't forget the whole point of the markets is to raise capital. So you get a stock like VGTN that goes from $1 to 40. They're gonna do an offering. I assure you, they're gonna do an offering, and this thing's just gonna get sent to it on its back because they're gonna dilute the shares. So where did we go? 60. Wow, volatility, baby. That's volatility and a half. What was the high? 60 even?
Vistagen Therapeutics hitting $60 now, pulling back 34.47.
Yeah, so watch, guys. Alright, I gotta go make a cup of coffee before this market opens. Let's get ready to... Let's do it, guys. Let's go, team. I'm ready. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready. I'm ready to make me some money today. SPY. Give me the 3-minute or 5 minutes fun too. Looks like we might get some resistance on the Qs. Just so you guys know, heads up, 374.50. It's going to be the area I'm going to look for the pullback. Come on. I just gotta hurry up. I gotta hurry up. I gotta hurry up. It's my life. I gotta hurry up. Alright, so SPY. I gotta make a cup of coffee. I gotta do this shit real quick. Let's go to a 3-minute. So guys, playbook. Right, we're coming into resistance. Let's see if yesterday's close does not hold. Let's see if yesterday's close does not hold. That's what I'm going to be watching for. Why is that? Because if yesterday's close holds, then I know. If it doesn't hold, then I'm watching for the low. If the low can't hold, then I know what type of day it is. Alright? That's what I'm going to be watching for. So, I expect this to be resistance. Alright, Tesla has news. And CEO is stepping down. Let's see here. Settings. Equities. No. Come on, man. I gotta hurry the hell up. I still gotta make coffee. MACD. Level 2, level 2, level 2. Level 2, time and sales. Let's go, guys. Good luck today. I hope you guys have a great day. I still need to get my levels on Tesla. Did anybody play that this morning? Did anybody get in on that? I didn't even pay attention to it.
Finally naming a new CFO. Name an Echo uniform.
It's 27. So there's Tesla. What am I going to look for on Tesla? What am I going to look for? So we have the break. We have the break. 257. So yeah, that's the area I'm going to look at for Tesla. Is right here, this double bottom. See if we continue to close underneath of that. All right. Boom. That's actually. All right, and then so what is that? 249. Here comes the market. So 249.50.
BNOX, Bionomics, getting a pop here. Being mentioned by
I'm telling you guys, Tesla doesn't have much until way down here at 215. It could be a down day for Tesla in the coming days if this news really means something. If you continue to stay below that previous double bottom, I would watch out. I really would. So it's already broke the 50-day. Let's see if it bounces back to the 50-day and then tries to reject it. I'm going to put a small little line Come on. I want to put that right there. Shit. So we know this is our 50-day. Now, when it opens up, it's probably going to pull it down a little bit, depending on where it opens, right? I'll look at it. I wanted to change my charts this weekend, so I had 1 minute, 3 minute, 15, and daily on it. It had 4 screens, right? So I don't have to go back and look, and it helps because you can see and watch, that this 252 level on the daily, it'll probably come up and it'll test it. You'll see the candle just get to it and then reject it. That's why you want to watch the daily candles too, guys. So look, there we go. We opened up. Watch the daily. See if it opens up and goes right to it. See if it goes to it, because I know it will. This is why it's important to think about these things. See? Look at it trying to go to it. Watch. Oh, it broke through it. So we broke through that. No, we just cracked up above it. Again, it could wick. But I think the 50-day. I think we're going to the 50-day.
U.S. markets.
So the 50-day is up here. Okay. So the 50-day is not there anymore. The 50-day is up here.
Dow Jones Industrial Average up 0.55%, Nasdaq up 0.54%, S&P 500 up 0.53% at the open.
You could honestly probably just trade the daily.
YPL, PayPal, the House of Representatives, Committee on Financial Services, Senator McHenry.
All right, there's the rejection. There goes Tesla. Should start to pull itself back to bounce higher. Whoa! Look at the spies too, guys. SPY 2 just ripped. I'm going to give this market just a minute. Dude, is this the type of Monday we're having? Where is the SPY? So we've gapped up on the SPY 446.83, 447, 48, 49. 49.50, I think, you are. All right, so Apple just fell out of bed, it looks like. Apple's coming down, guys. Apple's coming down. Yeah, well, we said we would get to this level. See if it pulls back. It should start to pull back off of that level if you watched last night's live stream. This is a major level. I really went through it. If you felt and you actually go through it the way I went through it, you'll feel how significant this whole 449, 450 area is. I explained it, and I literally we went through each movement to 449, and we seen the relevance, the fighting, and saying, guys, it's not time. And they took it long, and just, if you go back and watch that live stream from last night, you'll see the relevance of this area. It's a key area. It's a really, really key area. And it's good for you guys to do those type of things, because then you're going to say, man, you're really going to paint the picture in your head what's going on. And really feel like, man, what a struggle that is to get through and hold and... Or to break a level. So, Tesla, what are you doing? I think Tesla's trying to get to its 50-day, which is up here. But I feel like it kind of did. Fuck, I need coffee. I'm just going to give this market a minute. I have so much to do. All right, I want to analyze. I want to get my shit right today. I don't even have a downside target for Tesla. What am I doing? Holy shit. What am I doing? Okay. There is a gap fill here.
ANU Manchester United getting a pop to the high. Earlier report, as we reported earlier, report that Sheikh Hassim at
Okay, so there's your gap fill right there. There's another reason why you want to see,
earlier circulated earlier.
look at that. There's the gap fill. It
Shares
filled the
now
gap.
21
That's
cents.
another reason why you guys want to use, like, no,
That's Michael Alpha.
you know, pre-market and shit. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't see that gap right there. Where there is no gap. There is a gap. See? I know it. Told you. Alright, so Tesla's starting to break. I need to find out where the hell this thing's going to go. Where is Tesla going to go? Oh my god. It's going to fucking freeze on me, man. Fuck! This is why I don't like this. Just gotta settle down. It's still early. Come on. Yeah, it's going to freeze on me. What the fuck, man? Oh god, you gotta be kidding me. Come on! You stupid fuck, man. God damn it. Yeah, I'd like the fucking screen to go over to the left so I can see. What the fuck?
YELL, yellow. Shares halted at the intraday high now, $2.57. Company filed over the weekend for
This is ridiculous, man.
That's Yankee Echo Lima Lima.
What the fuck? What's VGTN doing? There was the Qs just bounced right into possible resistance. Definitely an area of resistance. So Tesla's holding, it looks like. Yeah, look at that volume. Tesla's holding. So it's gotten down there. The next area, if it does break, could look to get this thing back down to 241 area. That's what I would look for. If it does break, which it feels like it's going to be weak, 241.50 would be the target. I'm taking profits throughout taking profits. There's the other target, 247, guys. I'd look for to be short 240 to 247 on Tesla. Right? I think we're going to get it now. If it's going to go, it's going to go now. 247 is the target on Tesla. 247 target on Tesla. What's the level again? I'm sorry. 247. Yeah. 247. So now it's holding. That if this holds here, that's going to be a key sign. The markets are still going up.
On 1371. Mizuho out with a
It's a lot of tails up there. Let's go. There's our volume to the downside. Looks like. Let's give this thing a minute.
Competing service to Bill.com, Bill Holdings.
That would be the long side.
November Tango uniform.
Okay. Feels like Tesla's going to go, guys. I mean, this thing's just trading sideways for right now. There's a rejection off of VWAP. I'm going to take it. I'm taking the Tesla short. Alright, you start closing above VWAP, I'll think about it. Getting out. That's a weak low volume bounce. We're starting to see we're going to come up. So your 50-day is still up here at yesterday's close.
VTGN, Vistagen shares continuing to drift lower now, $16.50. Still up about 900%, but well up the earlier.
There she goes.
In the pre-market of $60 on their social anxiety
Nope.
drug results.
There's resistance. You gotta watch playing these. If you're going far out of the money, let's go. Let's go already, guys. Obviously, we're taking a piece through that break there. Now we set a trailed stop. Again, it could come back up here to test initial morning low. Let's go, guys. Let's go. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. I do expect this, though, to pull back up. I do expect it to pull itself up. Bang! Look at that. There's buyers there. There's another piece off right there, guys. On that wick entry. Let me mark it so I have it for later. Fuck, it's a little up.
Joanne at the highs, up 11.5%, $1.54. That's JOAN.
I have 3 contracts left. I have 3 left.
Okay, Mallinckrodt popping here on volume, micronovember kilo, MNK.
It's a lot. See, it's a mixed bag there that time. It's alright. Again, I would expect a pullback on this. I'd expect a pullback. I'm in profits now. It's going to be hard to turn this thing a loser. And there she goes. Like I said, I would expect this thing to pull itself back up. All right, let's do our Fibonacci's. Still fib. All right, that's a nice trade there, guys.
SIEV out with their report, reporting 7 cents, and the India Echo Bravo, SIEV, revenue of $17.6 million.
There we go, right? 38.2, where does that line up with? Again, we saw the 50-day up here. We saw the rejection coming up off of it. Okay, we saw the 50-day coming up off of it. Rejection off of it. And then what did I also say? I said the SPY was getting ready to turn itself down. Right? It felt like the SPY was in that area where it was going to pull itself back. See if we start to test, the opening price. If that breaks, then we look to see if Friday's close starts to come into play.
Shares of Seabird getting a pop here on low volume.
There goes the SPY. So we're good. We're good. This is an easy trade. This is an easy trade. If I get back up here and we start closing back up here, it could still come back down, but I want to lock some of these gains in. That's it right there. That's it. I'm out. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good right now. You know, I'm good. I'm good. That's it. That's it. I'm okay. That's a nice trade for me. It'll probably go all day. I don't care. I gotta lock it in. What I tell you guys last night, there's volatility. I think Tesla's weak. 247 is the target. I'm gonna tell you that right now. 247 is the target. So I'm just protecting myself on the way we get on getting there. Okay, I'm just protecting myself getting there. Look, like I said, that momentum to the downside. Where are we? We're at 247.75. What the hell is another 75 cents? You know, from getting this thing short up here. Right? That's a nice trade. It's a nice trade. I still want to see if this thing back. The volume's still decent, guys. This thing's just going to keep working itself down. Right? I would expect a bounce. I would expect a bounce here. If we bounce, I may take a small position again up here at this area if we start turning that area into resistance. I want to see if we get back up here to 250, 249, maybe 249.50 area, but I would expect a bounce there, guys. I would expect a bounce. So look at the SPY bouncing. So, bada bing, bada. Let's go. I'm sorry if that was loud. I needed that. Right? So when I say 247, it's an area. But I do expect Tesla to visit this area to a T. Because if you don't know, you should look to the left at 247 on like a half-hour chart or so. And it'll show you that that is another area of support that it should go test. AMD is showing some strength. What did I say in the morning? Let's see what Tesla did, because I completely forgot about that. Not about AMD. So look how weak Tesla is, right? Let's see how weak Tesla is. And what did I say this morning? I said, look at the stocks that did not break the Thursday's close. Like if I bring up Microsoft, right? Microsoft did not break Thursday's close. Look at Tesla. Uh-oh, something just came. SHW show. Look at Tesla. Tesla broke way below Thursday's close. So these stocks I'm going to look to be short, these weaker names. Right? AMD. I'm sure AMD probably didn't. Let's look at Friday. Look, it had a decent day Friday. It's above it. Same for Microsoft. So Microsoft's going to be up. So, like I said this morning, look for the stocks that did not break below Thursday's close on Friday. If whatever stocks were green at the end of the day on Friday, you'll want to be long. Anything that was red is what you want to be short. Tesla was red. I wanted to be short. CVX. There goes my CVX. I told you guys this thing might start trying to break itself down. Might. So it's back up above this 58 or 159.80. I want to watch this because I'm going to give it room. And this is a stock I'm going to want to swing. This is a stock I think I might want to swing. Like if it holds here, this could be a decent long. But I'm going to give it a little bit. So, and Microsoft, guys, again, that target to the upside is going to be up here. It's going to be up around 334. High 330s. All right, what's Tessie doing? Beautiful trade this morning, man. I needed that. I really did. Feels like Microsoft's actually running out of momentum, and I kind of started to feel this way right here. Look at that. 330.05. Previous resistance, support, and then support and resistance. I felt like this was a possibility that 330 could come in and hurt it. It's just there was a couple different things. See, I like to look at the charts from both sides. Yeah, Amazon was another one that, you know. So what? So I thought I gave us the play for Amazon. Um, all right, Qs are looking like they're coming into support. They have a little bit more room to the downside before they really find support. All right, I gotta stop going back and forth already. This is that ADHD that's gonna fuck me up. All right, this is gonna mess me up. Excuse my language. I gotta just watch and continue to focus on. There's a double bottom on the SPY there, guys. There's a nice double bottom. Okay, that's a nice area for support too, if you ask me. Look at that. Look at that double bottom right there on the SPY. It's probably still going to go lower, but it's just following the 9 EMA. I take it Tesla's going further down or something, because yep, it did. Look, monster trade of the day, guys. Bang. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go, team. Damn right. Look, it just turned 247 into resistance. Man, if we get down to 241, look at the volume, guys. Look at that volume. Look at Tesla's volume. That's where you want to be, especially if the markets are going to be weak. That's big news. This is why it's good to play news. You need a catalyst. No, come on. It did it to me again. I fucking hate Thinkorswim, man. I really do. You can't do shit without it fucking up on you. God damn it. I don't mean to cuss. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get upset. It's probably why people don't listen. So, there is a support. Look at that, man. What a beautiful trade. Where did we close? 247. 25. What the fuck? It's a beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade, guys. That's a nice trade. And listen, that was the target. I wrote it in chat. You know, you got to just stick to your plans. We could not break above yesterday or Friday's close. There was a news catalyst, a major news catalyst. We had a major level down here. I said if we break this level, we should get to 247. We got to 240. The low of the day was 246. The close was 247.19, 247.20, 247.16. So, nice job, man. I'm so happy with that trade. I needed that. I needed to show y'all what it really is. You know, I want you guys to be able to do that. I want you guys to be able to do that. I want you guys to be able to say, hey, I have a technical level here. I have a major level underneath. Chances are we break. We have a news catalyst. That's going to give us the momentum that we need to get there. Look at the volume. I'm looking at the volume. Look at that. Look at that volume, guys. Bang. 247 it is. Right? We get short the bounce back. Cannot break and close. Tesla did not break and close above VWAP at all this whole time. That whole time. It opened right at it, but it did not close above VWAP. Easy trade. Easy trade right there. That is trading. This thing could trend all day. I don't know. I don't know if we'll break 247. If 247 breaks, you will see 241.50. I assure you. I assure you, you will see that level. All right, especially if you get a bounce right here, the initial morning low, right? 38.2 fib, getting short the bounce back. You could see it now. I want to take this trade again so bad. I want to take this trade again. I really do. Because that's a decrease in volume on the bounce back, guys. Look at the decrease in volume on Tesla. Look at that. Look at that volume. Come on, you fuck. Look at that. Look at the decrease in volume on the bounce back. We have a 38.2 fib. We have VWAP, 90 MA, all converging right there. Do we have anything else? Anything else at all? Anything else? I'm going to say no. Yes. No, we don't. Yes, we do. Previous resistance is right there. Look at that. See if I draw a line. I don't have the line because I have fucking Fibonacci on. Oh, man. I just want to help y'all. That's it. That's all it is. If you guys make trades, you guys want to give back and help me, that's cool too. That is cool too. What do we have there? There is that level right there, guys. So we have all of that, all of those things meeting up at 429.40, call it 149.50, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 different things lining up with a decrease in volume, right? Whoever went short, just like us, on the bounce backs from 250 to 275, 250, that's a $5 move. We have a nice trade under our belts. We're managing risk at this point. Here we go. Does it happen? What's the SPY doing? Now we got to go to the SPY. We got to go to the Qs. What's the market doing? The market looks like it's turning itself around too. Right? I'm going to be mindful it could put in a double bottom. Right? I already have a green trade. I do not want to give it back. Right? What's the risk to reward here? You know, what's the risk to reward? If you want to ask me, I don't know if it's going to do it. I think we're going to bounce here. I think we're going to bounce to go higher. I can't take a short there. Maybe Tesla does go further to the downside. But I think if unless the SPYs don't hold this level, they're rated open right now. Okay, there's a nice double bottom. This might... Man, we are bouncing here, guys, on the SPY. Or at least it looked like it was trying to. Yeah, it broke it. It cracked it. There it goes. Shit. Is that the pullback? Okay, no, that's just another test of the low of the day. Is it going to break it? I feel like it wants to. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like the SPY has some low volume on this pullback. Yup, there it goes, guys. There goes the SPY. You have a minor support there. There it goes. We're cranking. Cranking it to the downside now. That's it. You went through all 3 of these levels on the SPY. And Tesla is trying to get some type of momentum. Just watch for that bounce back on the SPY. This was previous support. So what are you guys trading? What are you guys looking at? It's only $9.49 and I've already caught a fucking $5, $4, $4 to $5 trade on Tesla. That's insane. There's your increase in volume, it looks like, coming in, guys. So there we go. We gave you the second entry. SPY is bouncing. And you making a new low on Tesla. There she goes. Now the SPY is one. Yeah, SPY's still coming back. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, guys. Like I said, I just drew it out. Low volume pullback. Previous low a day. Turn that support into resistance. Bang. Follow through. Gotta look for 241. Gotta look for 240.
AGRI getting into the pump here. U.S. Conference Board, July Employment Trends Index 115.45.
You're almost at 100% on the 245 puts that I was in.
Consensus was 115.31.
AMD, guys. The market's weak. So I would watch. Alright, so AMD's breaking back. Breaking back down. See if it can grab some type of support over here at 116.50. The market's weak, guys. You're starting to get your increase on the sell side now. I'm not looking at AMD. Okay, I am going to look at Tesla. Okay.
COCO, Vita Coco shares getting a pump to 25.72 at the high, now off the highs after that Louis Navalier newsletter mentioned. COCO, SVFB, Save Foods, opening again, resuming off the highs now, Sandy Victor, Foxtrot Delta.
I gotta make some more coffee, guys. I'll be right back. I want to see what we do. I want to see if we end up. Again, I told you guys pre-market. I want to look for a pullback down into Friday's close. Right? See what you do around 447.60s. Yeah. Right? No?
And shares halted on SVFD.
SVFD going now, guys. Okay, so you could see. Man, that's not really an area. You could see 447.48, 447.50. What's that? Amazon? Oh, a SPY? I would not put 50% zero data hold. Listen, I'm looking for a bounce here. I'm looking to get long down here. Right? The sell side volume just isn't like that type of day. Like, look at this selling here you had Friday. That's what I want to see. I want to see that big selling. This, for the most part, is low volume. So, see, we have a huge gap up. You have to get a playbook. A playbook of mine is we get a gap up. I look for that pullback into that prior day's close or low, and then we look for the bounce back if it cannot break. That is a long setup, and I'm looking for it. They probably took it away. That's a major gap up. You know, you pull back all the way back down here, then that's to say something, because you just went at least 2 ATRs of the average daily move. But yeah, hold it all day. I would at least be taking profits down here in the 447.35. Once you start getting back down into this area, you got to look to take profit. Look what's down here to meet you. Look at these buyers that are sitting down here. Is what I'm getting at. This is how you guys should start using volume. What's down there? Like what the decision making. Let's see if this becomes resistance. See support. Yep. That would be a nice short right there on the SPY. You have 9 EMA. Let me see if there's anything else we can find with that. So I guess it's risk off. That's such a huge gap up though. Like this type of gap up, I don't know if I can consider that. You know, I don't know if I can make a long off of that. But yeah, do what it does, man. I can tell you right now, I don't know. I don't know about thinking about, because so you have to think like once you start getting to like 11:30, 12 o'clock and the market starts to like stop moving, if we don't move, those contracts that you could be up 100, 200%, and then the slightest pullback and the slow up in momentum and time, if you're not in the money, you could be up 200% and 10 minutes goes by and those 200% puts or calls are now red. That's what you got to watch. You got to pay attention to like that option and the way it moves, the way it's paying you or taking your money. Really start watching that. You have to. That way you start to learn options and how they work. Because then you'll be able to take that and start buying the highs and the lows when you get the momentum. And you're saying, I know at this price, the buyers come in, it matches with the chart. The price of the option matches the chart. They're coming in to buy the stock. They're coming in to buy it here. Or on the same thing for the opposite side, for selling off. It's just important. Because I don't know how many times I've seen people go, you're up 80%, 125%. You start getting into 11:30, 12 o'clock. You have an out of the money contract. The clock hits 12 o'clock and you just lost like damn near all that position now because you're really into that theta. That theta is really going to start eating you. And being in a profit, get to lunchtime, you only got a few hours left. What are the chances that that's going to be in the money by the end of the day? That's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to preach. I'm not going to preach. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all. I'm gonna let you guys do you guys. You know. But I want you to know that because it's important. You know, it's really important. And why? Let's see. 443. 50% zero deal. There was something I wanted to go over on the live stream last night that I completely forgot to. Last night's live stream was so messed up. I completely forgot to do a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do. It's a nice rejection. If we can continue to reject that level. So we filled the gap. So there we go. Let's see if we really start getting some buying coming in. Because I want to get up here, guys. I want us to come back up and turn this 451 into resistance. That's what I want to do. I want to be long the SPY to 451. I mean, that's just my own personal opinion. I want to be long the 451. But 449 is a major area. I want to get back up here and start turning this stuff into resistance. There we go. Look at that. And look how quick it reversed. It just took back that whole move in 3 candles. So to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? You took back 8 candles in 1, 2, 3. Whoo! Oh, man. Watch. Watch, y'all. You guys better listen up. Y'all really want to get that guap. There goes the SPY going to march its ass right to 451. That is the level, right? The RSI is a bit high. Yup, that's my target. It's got to be the target. 451's got to be the target. It hasn't been made resistance yet. 451. Let's go. Let's go. And we just cranked through VWAP. Give me another pullback, SPY, please. Give me another pullback. I think I'm going to put on a small trade. I'm only going to make it a small portion of the Tesla trade that I just took. That Tesla trade was a banger, man. That Tesla trade was a banger. There goes Amazon. Let's go, guys. 10 o'clock. Let's get it. We get a pullback, guys. Look, I want to be long. Fuck. I want to be long right here off of 449.10. 449.10. I want the long.
S&P futures up about 0.5% now.
Let's go.
522.
Shake them all out. Let's go to the upside. Turns it into resistance. Nope, held it. Man, let me get this. I feel like the SPY might trade sideways. I feel a sideways day coming in on the SPY. But look how quickly it took back that short side. Look at the volume. To me, the volume is to the buy side. Now, if I buy right, I should not have to worry about the stock touching my entry price. If I'm buying right, if I buy right, I shouldn't. That the stock should not pull back. If it does, that means I'm wrong. It means I'm wrong. $448.71. I'm gonna look to. Jesus fucking Christ! Of course I've got Fibonacci up. Of course. Let's see here. So for every trade, I would hope that you guys know where your stop loss is if you're wrong. Know where you're getting out if you're wrong. Why are you getting in? And things like that. Things like that. Sometimes we just gotta buck up. If we don't get our entry, we don't get our entry. I want this entry so bad. Even, it's tough. Look, so you guys notice how the SPY is taking its time going to the downside? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And all it took was 1, 2, 3 candles to take all that back. Notice it. Notice it. Okay? Take notice of that. There's upside strength, downside weakness. Whether we're going down or up intraday, you know, the strength is really to the upside. And even here, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You took back in 2 candles. You took back 3 candles on the whatchamacallit. I wonder how many try for the long right here. I think we get some people to step in for the long there. And then is that resistance? I think that's going to be resistance. 449.10. Look for the pullback. I want to be a buyer down here, guys. If I'm going to get long the SPY, I want to be long
down about 6.5%.
unless this area breaks.
Romeo India Oscar Tango.
I'm still thinking here. Still thinking here. I want to get in at 448, 458, 448.58. If this level can't break, I don't want to fight the trend either. If we break out, that's a trend break, and we're going to go whoop. We're going to go right to new highs. Watch. We should. RSI is kind of high. Just don't think it will. There they go. They turned them loose. You just seen it right on time in sales. The buying that just stepped in right there. Where's Tesla? Yeah, so Tesla's bounced up. Yeah, that thing has been rinsed. That Tesla trade is it's probably not done, but it's done. All right, we got to start seeing something. Gotta start. What are you guys watching? You guys are watching Apple, I guess. I wonder why Apple's doing that, doing the thing that it's doing. I think if Tesla gets back through that level there, you might see a breakout through it and then a pullback to turn it into support and climb higher back up to the initial morning open. Okay. That's what I think could happen with Tesla if anybody's watching Tesla. If this level here breaks, it has to close above it, and I mean close above it. Right? You still have VWAP there. You still have VWAP right here. The level's going to be 248.85, 248.86, 248.58. See, there it goes. What time is it? 17. So that candle should be getting ready to come to a close. Notice the time. On the 3-minute candle, that is. Is it going to do it? It's holding. See, I was just holding up there. I don't know how many seconds are left for the minute to end. Alright, so SPY. SPY held, guys. We're going to break out to new highs here. Let's go. Let's go. See if this thing can break out to new highs. It's going to be hard. I still want 452. It might just trade sideways. It did it. It kind of did it, right? No, it didn't. It didn't do it. Did it? It didn't do it. Wow. Tesla did not close above it. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Look at that. There's your breakdown probably getting ready to come in on Tesla. Look at the selling. Look at the selling. Wow, that's crazy. It was so close to closing above it. It was so close. It's above the 38.2 and everything, but more so this level here. Right there with VWAP. It's already down. It's only down 2%. I don't know how major that news is, but there goes the SPY looking to turn itself back around. Might be a nice short if you get volume there, but I want to see if if the SPY pulls back and turns, man, let me see here. Let's see. It's at an angle. It's at a weird angle. Come on, SPY, you can do it. Get them all bulled up. Get them all bulled up. Let's go, SPY. Bull them up. Suck them in. This is the area I want, though. Seriously. I want to see if the SPY will get to 451. It could do it at the end of the day. You know, it doesn't have to do it right now. There it comes. There she blows. She comes. She's getting ready to go. She's getting ready to go. Oh, my back. You do. So if you take the long, you have to watch for 450 flat. Watch 450 flat. That is an area. Look at that. Actually, on the 1 minute. Look, that's previous support and resistance. Might be a downside trigger there. Look at that. This whole area to the left. It's like bounces. It breaks up above it, holds it, breaks below it, pulls back off of it. All right, resistance. Support, 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 resistance, support, resistance, both of them. At the same damn time. It was support and resistance at the same damn time. However, that's possible. But it did it. Alright, let's see if we pull her back. There's the volume coming in. So, you got to change with the market. You know, you got to change. It's not that you got to change, but, you know, RSI is pretty high. MACD getting ready to roll itself back down and over. Again, this is what you got to watch for, though. All it takes is 1, 2, 3 candles to take back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? That's all it took. So remember that. Look at these upside moves versus the downside moves. Let's see if this trend line here means anything. So what I'm going to do is put this here. Let's see if we consolidate. See if you consolidate there. That's such an ugly chart pattern. That's such an ugly chart pattern. Oh my gosh. That's so ugly. Look how it touched it. So somebody else already has this up there, guys. You seeing what's going on here? All right? Or no, that's the one I went off of. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's working itself right to the middle of the mouth there. It's going right into a channel. It's going to start getting squeezed. It's going to have to it's just going to get so tight and then bang, it'll break out. All right, so there's the rejection on Tesla. That's a nice rejection on Tesla, guys. Just watch if it ends up trying to find support at 248. 248 flat. Okay. 9 EMA is there. You know, the volume's actually changed to the upside, not the sell side. So if you're looking to get long Tesla, again, maybe right now it's trying to work its way back up to 254. To that 50-day moving average, which is the circle up here, this blue jaunt. It's not blue, but yeah. So I want to see what the SPY does, and then I'm going to get probably get out of here. All right, so there goes the SPY. Just want to give it a minute. So there's the break. Boom, watch it start going. I told you guys, 251 is the target if we get there. You still got to break through the highs, though, first. There's the highs. We're going to put in a new high. Bang. Just put in a new high, guys. So.
MSFT, Microsoft Bing says, can experience new AI-powered Bing and third-party browsers on web and mobile soon.
And Tesla's still weak. Tesla's not making new highs. Tesla is going down. Down, baby. All right. So that's that, guys. That's how you trade in a nutshell. Right? Told you guys 451's the target. You got to look to see where your resistance and support is. If you broke support and you have not turned it into resistance, you want to look for the swing back up. Look for it to go back up to test that level again. Because you want to turn those prior support level was buyers. You want to turn them into sellers. Because what happens is they bought the stock at support. It broke. They have it as a loss. They're holding it. The stock comes back. Now they're break even and have an opportunity to get out of that stock without a loss. That's why support becomes resistance. Resistance becomes support. Because now those buyers will now sell the stock to make that prior support where they bought it resistance. It's a psychological game. Know what's going on both sides of the trades, right? So if I want to be short or if I want to be long, like I was short Tesla, I also went through the chart and said, why would I be long Tesla? If I am long-minded as a trader, long-minded, what are the longs thinking? What are the shorts thinking? I was short with that news, with the gap below the 50-day. I said, look for the bounce back to the 50-day to get short, right? Well, we did that. We could no longer break up right here. I said, guys, 251.30 short Tesla, 247 is the target. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice job today. It actually went down to 250, 245. Yeah, 245 flat, guys. Went down to 245 flat. Here it goes. Looks like it's trying to actually make itself back down, but it's either, if it does not hold this into support, look, there it goes again. There goes the SPY. There goes the SPY. Again, could be a sideways type of day. Yeah, I knew that was not anything to be had. That top trend line. Now this one, I want to see what happens there at that base. Look at that. See if we get a bounce there. See if that bounce happens. Or if it just breaks. Isn't that funny how it met the line, guys? It's not funny. These things happen on purpose. I'm telling you. Because this is drawn on someone else's charts. And it broke. And it broke. It broke right at the line. Look, resistance now. Now it turned it into resistance. What are we thinking? Is it resistance or is it a support? Which is it? Could be a little tricky, huh? No. I want to see if the SPY can work its way up to 251 to turn this previous resistance or previous support into resistance. That's what I'm looking for personally. That's all. That's what I'm looking for. I want to see the markets get up here and then see if we start to roll it over up there. Start to roll it over up there. What did Microsoft do today? I had a nice job. I did a nice job today. That was a nice day. I'm really happy with this morning. I really am. I really am. It's hard to not get emotional. And I meant to say getting in those type of trades with Tesla, like you can't buy way out of the money. Because you buy way out of the money on Tesla, the minute that thing pulls back on any type of pullback, if you were green, it's going to take all your profits and some, and you're going to be fighting a losing trade, and it's going to go the same direction, and you just still have a losing trade. because those pullbacks literally take all the green that it gave you. You know, so you got to watch. You want to be able to like have the capital to trade those volatile stocks. You know, that's a nice trade, man. That's such a nice trade. I'm really happy with that. I was looking at the 250s. They were 40 cents on the SPY. When I was looking at them, they're now 60. So I don't know, guys. Like I say, I try to give you guys my analysis, and because I look at things from both directions. And I just, you know, I've been doing this for a little bit. Been doing it for a little bit.
ADBE, Adobe, EU regulators set December 14th deadline for investigation into Adobe's Figma deal.
So again, look at 250. More importantly, look at 251, guys. You guys see that? Look how, you know, it's just to me. Okay, so it is 250. So 250. We're going to look to see what happens there. About 250. It's about 250. Resistance. Ever since the break, we have not turned around and made 251. That's why I was looking at 251. Do you guys see how this day here, Friday, probably messed with so many people? Right? They come into the day, they see this big downside in pre-market, everybody gets short, and this thing just goes up. What's it do? It pulls back. It pulls back in the morning, only to hold and then rally, and then it's Friday, everybody's getting bored. Okay, we're just rallying. Like, nobody's thinking about what's to come with that resistance level. You know, that prior base, and then bang. When they least expect it, on a Friday, there's going to be no volume. It's Friday, no volume. This, that, you know. And that's when they struck. That's when they struck. You know. It's pretty crazy. 15-minute chart. Let me do this. I'm probably going to go... oh, yeah. I need to go make another cup of coffee real quick, guys. And then we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to stay here for just another half hour. Then I'm going to get out of here. So this is Microsoft. Microsoft made that area resistance. It could not get back above that green line. Oh, come on. How did you guys do today? Or how did you guys do this morning? Microsoft's got to hold that level. It's got to close above it. It's got to close. There it did it. It did it. It closed above it. But I think now, I feel like it wants to break. I feel like Microsoft wants to come back down. I feel it in my bones. I feel it. I think Microsoft wants to come back down. There goes Tesla. There it goes. It's trying again. It's trying for more downside. So if these bounce backs start getting tighter and lower, like kind of like a ball like I explained, like if it's just like boom, 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 then it's going to turn itself around. It might turn itself around. It's at the break. We are coming into weak months, guys. The months coming up are going to be weak. I hope you guys had a great day though. If you guys made any type of trades, if you could like this stream, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Let us know. I want to know how you guys did today. I want to know how you guys did. Was I able to help with that Tesla trade by getting it out in time? Things like that. Alright, so it looks like the SPY's wanting to turn this into resistance. Nah, look at the volume. Look at the volume to the upside. So this is why I use 1 minutes when I'm looking like intraday. Because I want to know what's really going on. I want to know what's really up with the volume. Again, I can look at a 3-minute candle and tell that, hey, the last few seconds of that candle was a ton of buying. So it closed red, but that wick had a ass load. Oh shit! Did you look in the chat, bro? Because I definitely did. I wrote it right here. What time does look right here? I even put it in the chat. And yeah, I definitely that's why I whatchamacallit. The Tesla trade was nice and easy. It was very nice. Docs, sources, stats, chat. Where did the chat go? What the fuck? Docs. Okay. What's that say right there, baby? Tesla short 247. Tesla's short. If that level breaks, where's the time at? Can I get a time on here? Do you guys know how to pull up a time? Because I'd like to just know. That's what I say. I want to start writing it down. Yeah, man. It was. I was happy. I needed that because I was like... The whole point of the stream last night, too, was like... I wanted you guys to realize that with this downgrade in credit, you're going to get volatility, which is you're going to get big up moves and you're going to get big down moves. All in the same, like, week. So it's like, when you get follow through, you got to worry about taking it. And then, because you don't know when it's going to stop. You got your levels. You just stick to your levels. You know, if you're just taking it as it's getting to levels, you're taking profit, you run out. Okay, you ran out. What, like, that is the best thing that you could have ever happen to you, is that you run out of shares or you run out of contracts taking profit, right? But it's going to get to a level and it's going to reverse off of it in the same demeanor as it got to it. That's volatility. And you're also still have headline risk. So remember that. My target's still roughly this 251, at least 250 or 450 on the SPY. I want to see if we can get up to 451. I wanted to buy 452 calls out of the money. They were cheap. Just buy a few, because even if I just get, you know, a few pennied move, that's a 50%, 30% move there. But, you know, look, it's just slowing up now. It's not, you know, by the time if the SPY moves like this and you're in like you're like $1, $2 out of the money, you're going to be red. It's just going to take your money because it's not moving. There's no momentum. Do you guys know though if there's a way I can find the times on these on the chats? I don't know, cuz I don't think YouTube does it either. I can't find a time on it. It won't give me like a timestamp. And that's why I took it, because I noticed pre-market that it had news. There was news with it. So I knew that if this news meant something, I was going to get that follow through. Those contracts went from 3 something to... They were like 297 beginning of the day, but they went from low 300s to over 500. Just about to 500. That was the one thing I wanted to talk about last night, is like thinking about your percentages when you guys trade options and getting like getting time, like getting your getting like buying like 2 weeks out or a week out, right? The contracts are going to be like $400, but if you get 20% on a $400 contract versus a 20% on like an 80 cent, or like an 80 cent contract versus a $4 contract, think about that, and the volatility it's helping you. So I would really think about getting time on some of these options, because the more you pay, the more that percentage is going to pay. Now, you want to manage your risk. You got to buy right. You got to work on your entries. You don't want to just randomly buy it because it has time, or yes, it's going to get hurt. But that's all. I wanted to talk about that last night, and I never did on the stream for some reason. For some reason, I didn't. I just forgot about it. I have ADHD so like horribly. There's a lower high on Tesla. Man, if this thing gets down to 241 today, that would surprise me. Because then that means that they really cared about this CFO that's leaving. I wonder if it's the white guy that Elon always had around at the conferences. I think that's who it might be. So yeah, look at the SPY. Now it's making new highs. I think these are your targets for the SPY, guy. Everyone, 450, right? The low 450s. You got to look for the last stop. 451.16 would be the last stop in my eye. I have to go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go weed whack. There's a property being sold. I'm going to go weed whack for these people real quick. They're selling their house, and they asked if I could weed whack and stuff for them. I told them I would. They're not young anymore, so what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. I'm glad I could start the week out like this. I needed this from last week. It's not that I was struggling. It was like, you get that credit downgrade and then just everything changes. And you got to just, I don't know. There's a lot. When you guys get to like trading and start being able to like ping, like target out levels and do stuff, and you just get like, you start getting like 2, 3, 4 years under your belt consistently, you're going to notice some of these things that like when the market changes, how you are psychologically. Like you're realizing that the stock market, like the market environment's changing, and you're trying to like, it's hard to explain. It really is. It's hard to explain. But getting that shift down, and then, because what it is that you're shifting your trading style, right? We were smashing the long. Now we got to start saying, what's the best profitable way to get short? As easy as that sounds, it's a little bit difficult like today. Coming in long, trying to time the entries and all that fun stuff. This is why options also you got to watch, because this has just been a slow climb up. If you had Friday's calls, you'd probably be up a decent amount versus, a daily. I don't know how, maybe not. I don't know. I didn't look at them. But great job in chat today. Great job in chat, guys. I really hope somebody was able to benefit off that Tesla short. It was a grade A setup. I'll go over the trade, why I was in it. Why that, like, next time you guys see, if you see it, maybe you didn't see it or you didn't hear about it. But I was able to see I seen Tesla and the move that it made to the downside. And I said, okay, what's going on? I need to know what's going on, because this thing has just dumped, right? This thing's dumped, and there's got to be a reason for it. There was just a nice down move, and it's not going to do that without news. So that was my trade of the day. I'm going to go over that. Okay. All right. I was like, what the hell? Nah, and right, you shouldn't. I agree, man. You shouldn't, because what happens is what I just said, that like people will buy out of the money, like so far out of the money that that pullback, when it bounces back, it's going to take, if you were just green at all and you didn't take anything, that little bit of pullback is going to send you red. Then it's going to come down. Then you're going to be like barely break even. Then it's going to pull back again. And then you're just going to be red. And the stock's moving in a direction. But you gotta know, like, what is the target? How much you're paying for the premium, right? And where is it going to start paying if the stock isn't just continuously moving down and down and down and down and down? Where is that area where you're okay that you can start, you don't have to worry about the pullbacks? There's a fine line. That's why I was in the 245s. I was $5 out of the money, but technically that's still like an average ATR with it on this type of volume. This stock moves $5 to $6 on a low volatile day. On a volatile day with news, we could get, $7 to $11, if not more, roughly. It's just, usually it's like 8 to 11, but a news flow like this, I would look for $6 to $7. We'll say 253, 245, 5, 6, 7. Look at that. Or 8, even 8. There's your $8 move already. And we caught that. This is why I sold them down here. And once we got this last extension right there, I took that fucking ball off, didn't I? Shit. Well, I know it was this here on this tail. And then we got this one back down. I took the rest of it off there. Because that's my target, It's my target. It was here. I'm sorry. It was here. It was there, and then we took it off here. At that level. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to make sure I was right. Oh, shit. But that's all. I was really happy with that. And I meant to say that in the comment section that, if you don't have the capital or are inexperienced, don't even think about trading it. If you can't buy these 245s and the trade, and I'm wrong on my decision making, and you can't handle that loss, then it's all good. I would not take it at all. That's how people just mess themselves up. I want to say the F word, but I want to see if CVX held. I want to see what gold did real quick. So if CVX held that level, CVX held, right? So now we just got to see if this is it. If it starts to die off up here at 160.75, then I'm gonna probably not worry about that swing trade to the long side. It'll probably get up here. It'll probably put in a higher low up here at 161.65. It's not moving. Doesn't really have any momentum. See what it does we just started the week. Is GLD holding up? All I have to do is really look at the dollar to be able to tell what it's doing. So gold broke back down again. Can't hold a bid like I thought. I did say it could consolidate up here, because it could, and we could still be right. It could still consolidate up in this area, but if that it starts breaking back down through that circle, I'm taking this thing short. I don't know if you guys seen the stream last night, but I gave you guys a really nice reason why you should think about the short on GLD. So if it just starts, I want to see buyers come in like this green candle here. That's what we want. This candle, that candle. You want nice high volume in that sell side low. That way we're putting in that right shoulder, and we know we're going to get up to this neckline at 185, 184. That's a nice $4 move. We go out, we break it, pull it back, bring it in. Now if I look at the daily on this, and I picture my moving averages with it, what the flip is going on here? Okay, so there it is. You can see it here, right? It's kind of ugly. It's kind of ugly, but this is the last. That's the last stand. Look at it rejecting the 50-day up here. Resistance or support. Looks like it's turning it into resistance. There's your 50-day. I still feel like, man, this thing might end up breaking down. And if gold's going to break down, that's going to tell us that the dollar is going to go higher. That the dollar is going to go higher. This was the other thing too. On the weekly chart, it felt like you just turned this that 2000 level that it broke on gold. This is 184, but really this area would be like the 2000s for gold, that 2000 an ounce. It turned it into resistance. And we have a gap fill down here. I covered that last night, right? Look at it. Double topped. Unless that's that's how I feel. That's just how I feel. This is the last leg. 179.32, which is this previous open and close. Right? It's now holding it to a T. Right there. It's holding it to a T. So if we break down, then I'm going to be looking to get this gap fill. And I will be short GLD and gold. I will be short. So I'm just giving you guys that idea. SPY's turning itself around. Look at that bull flag on and that's a weekly chart too, man. That could give us a nice extension on rig. Look at that. That's a nice bull flag, guys, on rig. Wow. Actually, I want to keep this on my watch list because, guys, this thing could break the hell out. If it ends up holding, at least, if it ends up holding, I would watch out. And I know it's the beginning of the week. It's only Monday. But that is a chart I would not mess with. Yeah, I will. I definitely will. I just love playing AMD. I love playing AMD. It's like once you get it, like one of those stocks that just, so look here on the daily. Look, you're coming into resistance. See if it breaks. Or if it stays up here, right? If AMD stays where it's at, look to see if if you just hit this area a bunch of times and it pulls back and it keeps reversing, look for like an end of the day where it's rallying to it and it's not breaking. Look for a gap up the next day. I would expect that if it continues to fight this area and you keep seeing it coming back to 117, 118, 119, I mean. So it'd be like 119. If it keeps coming back to 119, I'm going to look for it to finally just the sellers move out of the way and then it gap up, up over the level. Because this daily chart's really clear. It's clear as day. I mean, it's clear as day. Look at that. There's a gap here. So I would look to see if it just gaps. And you get a gap up to over into the low 120s. If that happens. It could always just end up breaking down too. Right? So there's your range. Up here, unless it gaps up, but 120, 119, I'm looking to be short into 115, 114.50. That's a beautiful range because it was prior resistance. You need to turn it into support. I'm telling you right now, AMD will come back down here. Well, you are holding the 50-day. This is a daily. You do have that 50-day moving average that it's broken back up and above. Come on. We'll see. I'll give this thing a minute. I'll let it do what it wants to do. But you want to think about that. You just want to see if it pulls back and starts turning this, this previous resistance. And you bring those sellers and turn them into buyers. Bang, that is a nice move. If it holds up here, man, I'm telling you, I would look for the gap up. And there's the sell-off. It looks like it's pulling back. Trying to. What did you guys think about the Jake Paul and Nate Diaz fight? Pretty sloppy, right? They both hung in there. That's 10 rounds. It was 10 rounds. You know.
MANU, Manchester United, shares hitting more new highs now, up 11.5% after the possible deal finally on that. MANU.
I'm going to go get some coffee, guys. I'm going to go get some coffee. But what'd you guys think about that fight? I don't know if you guys seen it or not. But it was pretty... Jake looked a lot better. Jake's footwork, his movement for 10 rounds looked a lot better. He looked decent. Now, compared to another fighter, decent, another boxer, okay. But the boy's been working. You're talking Nate Diaz is a trained athlete. He is a trained athlete. I was worried with how many blunts he was smoking and how he would look, like conditioning-wise. There it is. It finally got to the support level. This is where I wanted to buy the SPY. That's where I want to buy the SPY. Look at that low volume pullback. I know. I think Jake didn't want to. I think Jake just wanted to win the round. He did give him a temple shot. It was like Jake just, or not Jake, but like Nate's like with the gloves, he just couldn't. You know, it was like he was tired. You know, he is older. He's been smoking a lot of blunts. Not sure how much he's been training. Jake is young and has been training for X amount of years now, consistently. I just felt like Nate was just like, you know, it was hard for him to hold his hands up for 10 rounds. He's used to having his hands down and like being able to just move and having small gloves. You know, the weight of the gloves and all that stuff. It was like it just you know, so it was a good. I thought they both, you know, they both came out and performed, and I think they both did better than a lot of people thought. A lot of people don't give Jake credit, but like Jake says, whether he's a little Disney boy, YouTube, this and that, guess what, man? The boy has put in the work, and he looked good. His footwork, his movement, he looked good. He was doing this. You know, he was doing this by Nate's just walking around like this. Jake looked good. His movement, you know, he's progressing. Yeah, he does have a good build on him. He does. And he just, man, his movement and everything was nice. And again, I don't think he was going for the knockouts because they knew that Nate, I mean, Nate and his brother and stuff, they do triathlons and stuff, so they're conditioned to go the distance. Literally. They're conditioned to go the distance, and I think Jake knew if he tried to hit him with a power shot that could, one, open himself up to get hit himself, two, wear his ass out, and him not be able to go the distance. So they said it's probably best we don't go for the knockout because Nate also doesn't have knockout power. You know, unless, you know, anything can happen in fighting. You move the wrong way and you get caught and you get hit right, you don't need that much power. I think that they knew that. I think they said that, you know, the chances of Nate knocking him out were slim to none. So let's just go the 10 rounds. Let's just protect ourselves and get some shots and win the match. And that's what they did. I think that's what their game plan was. You know, that was my game plan going into it. That's what I thought they were going to do, they did it. You know, because there wasn't a ton of power shots. It was, and at times I'm like, man, this shit is so sloppy. You know, to an extent, I'm like, man, this shit was sloppy. But what do you expect? You know. I mean, it is what it is. Jake at times looked really good. He just looked like he progressed. And maybe it was a lot easier for him to do that against Nate, who's not a boxer. But yeah. So there's your resistance now, guys. I think I'm probably gonna get out of here in a little bit. Let me go make some coffee. I'll be right back. Banger. That's banger. Gosh, that's good. Um, why is it blue? What the hell? Oh, I see, I see, I see. Okay.
Newsletter mentioned earlier.
All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. Um. See what AMD decides to do. So this is a sideways day for the SPY. It did have a little nice movement, but really, end of day, 448, 450. That's a $2 movement on the SPY. That's its average ATR right now. From high to low is about $2. Maybe we see what happens and we just stay up here and then we start. I don't know. I'll have to look at the chart, but this thing's messed up right now. If you can't see it, there's a little blue line right here, right? And it's I have to log. I'm gonna have to log back out and log back in again because Thinkorswim's just getting stuck. Shit. Let's see here. I think that pretty much does it for now, guys. I mean, nice trade this morning on Tesla. On Tesla, that was such a beautiful trade, guys. Beautiful trade. I'm happy with it. I'm happy to start my week out like that. That was a big trade for me. That was a big trade for me. It paid so well. It paid so nice. Oh, shit. And look at that, guys. What do you guys see? That bounce back to pre-market lows. That 38.2 that I told you about, that was there. Right? This is this, I guess, man, it's hard to say which would be the initial morning low. I would say it's that there, but it came up, tested that pivot low right there, pre-market lows, and look, you're getting your extension. Say hello to 240. Guarantee you Tesla gets a gap down tomorrow. Especially if the market continues to do what it's doing. Look how weak Tesla is versus the SPY. The SPY is still green and Tesla's red. So I would watch to see if 240 can get there. We could get there tomorrow. We could come in tomorrow with the gap down on Tesla. I promise. I promise you. That's why this pullback, I was like, man, I think I might take the short again, but made coffee. We were talking about the fight. It is what it is. You know, I don't need to try and trade everything. How did you guys do today? We don't even have anybody on here. Nobody wants to watch my fucking stream. And that's fine. But guess what? We just keep the little money pit to ourselves. It's all good. It's all good. Y'all stay where y'all are at. And we're going to be over here getting it. We're just going to stay right here where we're at. Just a few of us breaking bread. That's what I mean. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. You know? Let's see here. Here's the retest. It looks like you have your 9 EMA coming down. Look for 448.85. Yeah. It's not bad. It's just like when you look at people that have like 2,000, 4,000 people, you know? That stuff takes time, though. You know, that stuff takes a lot of time. I'm just happy to be able to, I need to work on, like, I want to see how the latency is, like, how bad it is, and how if there's a way I can fix it to, like, have, like, practically zero latency. I don't know if there is. I'm sure there's, like, it's probably, like, a second or two behind. I'd have to, what I could do, maybe what I could do is play the stream back later on and then look at my times for when I got short Tesla and then you know, see what time it was. See, I wouldn't be able to tell the time on the stream, I don't think. Well, I could always do it from like a time from like 8 o'clock. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if it's like if the bell opens at 9:30, I could just line up the stream with like whatever time it would be in the morning. So I could do that. But I don't think there's too much of a lag. There shouldn't be, I don't think. We didn't get... Look at the volume that came in there. It's going to bounce back. So today, into like the afternoon, I'm going to... I'm going to see if we can get... if I get a bounce, I'm going to just ride this Tesla short. We just had some volume come in though. Right there. Because this 240, let me show you guys real quick what this 240 level is. Right? It's a big level. It's your previous pivot low, but there's more to it than that. Right? So wait, what did I have it on then? Hold up. There was a reason why I had it there. It's because I had pre-market off. I know that's why. TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor is doing a deal with Apple, guys. TSM. Taiwan Semiconductors. Yes, exactly. That's volatility. Exactly. They are. The candles are big. Yes, taking notice of that. Good job, bro. Good job. Because you'll start to see at lunchtime that like they'll start to get smaller, and then they'll pick back up in the afternoon. That's what I was trying to say with this credit downgrade. That, you know, looking back at 2011 when it had it, you had big up days and you had big down days. So that right there is my swag. No, I'm just kidding. 244. See, where did I get this level from? There's a reason why I got this level. Oh, I think it was a weekly chart. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. No? What the fuck? So there's a 100-day rejection. I don't know. I don't know why. Now I don't know why I got that level. Might be like 244, 245. We already got there, though. 243, I mean. Yeah, 244. And we got there. Yeah, I don't know where I got that. I'll go through them tonight, actually. We'll run through them tonight. Like, it's, I haven't looked over any of the charts, but I want to see how Disney does. Right? I want to see how Disney does. So, we have, oh, I am liking a lot. Look, we have Roblox, we have Wendy's, you know, I have a 401k through there. It was my favorite job in the world, working at fucking Wendy's. All I can think of is Wall Street Bets. That's all I can think about. Celsius. I still have yet to have a Celsius. I've still yet to have one. I own One Oak. Still own it. Chegg, Skywork. We have Palantir tonight, so that's big. UPS, Lilly. So, yeah, we have a few good ones, guys. We do have a few good ones. I didn't go over it last night on the stream. I want to see Disney, Roblox. You know, wouldn't mind seeing what Eli Lilly has to say. And, yeah. Beyond Meat. I wonder if Beyond Meat, because I know Beyond Meat had a nice short position on it. And I'm kind of curious if that starts to build back up. So it broke. So if Beyond was holding here, then I would say watch for the long. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Let's look at Roblox. Matter of fact. Let's see what it's doing. If it can hold this level, then you gotta watch. When is it? Wednesday? It comes out Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday morning. Awesome. So it comes out in the morning, dude. Oh, we also have Penn National Gaming too, Barstool. They've just been, dude, Penn National Game. This thing is just, we have the Trade Desk. I love the Trade Desk. I love that stock. If I get another chance to buy Trade Desk, I'm buying the Trade Desk with both hands. If I can get the price. I love the Trade Desk. I love this stock. It's not like I love the stock like I'm in love with it, because you don't want to do that. But I just think the Trade Desk, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, I think the Trade Desk really gives you that 5,000 or 500 to 1,000% gain in the long term. Yeah, you gotta look into like PDUFAs and states. You can do that stuff, man. You just gotta put in the work. You gotta go through. You can go through and see what stocks have FDA approvals or not. Now, a lot of times you'll buy it, nothing will happen, but you keep your risk down, and it only takes that one to just, pay you. I don't even know what it was for. That is crazy, though. What's it doing right now? Because now the market's starting to slow up. You might start to see it pop itself back up. That's not a bad wick. It's VTGN, right? You might get some upside here. Let's see if this holds support. If VTGN holds support here, I would look for some upside. I really would. Look at the volume increasing too. Look for some upside here on VTGN. Yeah, I see. Well, I think it hit 60. I think it hit 60. Right? You can see it getting volatile now, guys. I would seriously watch this. Now, I don't know if this is a short. You could look at it both ways. You have resistance right up here. So if you do get long, you better take profits. 1430, 1429, 1428, 1426. This is the resistance level I'm looking at. This previous pivot high right here. These two. I'll draw a line. Yeah, I have the line up. I just want to make sure I had the line up. So I'm going to be looking for this thing right there. You can at least get a long into there. And if you break up above here, say hello to new highs. I promise. I promise. There goes the SPY. It's dwindling down. I want to see. It's got to hold this area. I feel like it's got to hold here. I feel like it's got to hold there. If it starts climbing, bang. We're going to see, though. Oh, my gosh. Come on. Is there also, I don't want to, they never did an offering or anything, did they either? I think it just pulled back. Pretty sure it just pulled back. Look, it's not even going to give me the latest news because this screen here is fucked up. Shit. And now it just froze on me. Now it just froze. Oh my god. Well, so much for that. I did actually. I did. So back in 2020, right? Back in 2020. Well, I caught. There was a small cap. There's been a couple of them. There was a small cap that went from like $3. Okay, it went from $3 to like $1.25, $1.50. I caught that. I played HKD, but one that was a surprise, right? The one that was a surprise. 2020, if you go back to the charts, you'll see that Apple, I ended up, the July pullback that we had with Apple, I ended up buying calls that July, back when TVIX was a thing, which is like triple leverage the VIX. So if the VIX moves 1%, it moves 3%. So I bought TVIX outright because the market was pulling back. I bought Apple calls. I bought leaps on Apple. This was in July. I think they reported earnings in August. They reported earnings in August. And I had no idea about earnings. I wasn't even worried about earnings. But I bought, it was like I can't remember if it was the 400 or the 440 calls on Apple. This was pre-split, right? I bought an October 400 and I think I bought a November 440. Okay? I had quite a few. I get off of work, right? I'm getting into the car, right? I have it. It's playing through my Mustang that I had then. So it picked up Bluetooth, and then all I hear is Apple did a stock split. And this was during COVID. 2 days later, that same $800 that I had turned into $13,500. It was like $13,000. It was like $13,500, $14,000 off of like an $800 position. So yeah, that's one that I didn't intentionally, you don't intentionally come into those things, right? I think the contracts that I bought, they were like $400 a piece. It was July, I bought the October 400s, and then it was like the November 440s. It was still like the end of July, early August, and they were already damn near in the money, It was a Chinese stock, people just kept bidding it up. I don't, the why, I don't know why, but, but that was a huge one for me. That was huge. When Apple had came out with their stock split, I remember getting into the car and I'm like, the feeling that I got knowing that I owned these October and November calls that I bought on the pullback of July in 2020, it was like June or July, right? It was like late June, early July when the market pulled back. If I go to the SPY, right, I want to see when that was, right? I want to see when that was because I'm going to show you. Let's go to a daily chart. I want to see for myself. And this was back before, this was back in TVIX. Where are we at here? There's 2020. So it was right here. It was right here. And look at the market rip. Why did the market rip? Because towards the end, this was it right here. This pullback. I think it was this one because of the gap down. Yes, it was a 3-day gap down. So it was June. I got them in June because I remember, because I played TVIX. I played TVIX, which was triple leveraged the VIX, and I bought it outright, right? And then look at the run that came, but look at Apple then. I took the time to buy leaps on Apple, and I only bought a few of them, and they went after the stock split. It was like 5 days later after that stock split. Like, it was insane. It was insane. Come on. Where's it at? And it makes this run this run makes it look like nothing either. Like, that's a huge run. Nah, right here. Here it is. There's 2020. 2020 came to fuck it up. So there's July. All right, so this was the area that it was in. It was on that gap down when we had this gap down. Now it's going to look different. So look, there's the earnings right there. There's the earnings. So it was in July. And that was the stock split right there. Bang. Right? And I forget what the share price was. I forget. So it was back here when I bought the leaps on that first pullback. We got that pullback, and I was already green throughout. Like, I'm sitting on a green position. And notice how the days are ending red, but it's just gapping and going. You have gap and go. All those red candles, but yet it's still going higher. Man, I'll never forget that. That was probably one of the biggest trades that I've had with such a small amount of money. And it just, the biggest would probably have to be last year, that 3% day off of, you see 3% on the SPY, it's this day right here. That reversal off of 350. That's that candle. Look at this candle. It's 348 to 367. It put in $20 in a day. $20 SPY candle. Usually it does $20 in 3 months. 2-3 months. A month, I mean. Right? We did it in a day. Look at that thing. That thing is huge. 347, 348 to 367. So sorry, 50, 60, 70. Yeah, just over $20. Just over $20, bro. I'm surprised if, you guys don't remember that day. I will never forget that day. That is wild, isn't it? Dude, that's one day. It went 20-some dollars. It was 3.5%. But what's even crazier is look what else it had. You had a gap down. Look at this gap down. Look where you closed. It closed at 356. You opened the day up at 348. So there was a $10 gap down. That's why I'm telling you, this price action back here, look at these candles. They're $15 candles in a day. 329, 313, 413. That's a $15 candle in a day. This is what the opportunity offered back here. Right? I could only hope to get, this little $2 shit these were candles. What the SPY is doing now in a day, these were the 1 minute candles, $1.50, 75-cent dollar candles in 1 minute candles, 2 minute, 3 minute candles. I'm serious. That's where the volatility can open up, and I'm hoping it opens back up. I'm hoping we get a period this winter where it opens back up. Because this price action, you got to watch. You can take it small. A lot of people lost money because they didn't know how to trade it. Again, look at these candles. 424.61. So 425 we'll say. Yeah, because look. 425.28. That's the top side of the candle. 425, 409. That's a $15 move. It's not a $25 move, but it's a $15 move in a day. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine us opening right now at 448, putting in a low at 446, and then going all the way up to 456? That's $10. That's not even 15, right? That's what we had. We had candles that were this big, that were like this. Those were the daily candles, right? That's $10. That's not even $15, right? Compared to what we have right now. It makes it look like nothing, right? That's where it becomes a little bit easier to trade. Look at that. You got a piece of it here. You got a piece of it there. But, we were having 75-cent candles, 50-cent candles in a 1 minute candle. We were doing just about $1, right? That's the opportunity that was to be had. And again, it's both down and up. You start putting in these ranges, right? See this range? I love ranges. This is why I love ranges. Because I'm buying the low and I'm selling the high. And I know what it's doing. And that's when you can really put on the size. And if it breaks the level, it breaks the level. But until it doesn't, I'm not changing the game plan. I did it there. And you know what else I did with this? I also measured this. This was CPI. I actually knew that, it's not that I knew, but it was we're not going up we're going to go to the downside. So how did I measure that move? I measured this move and I caught this 3-day gap down. I was taking profits obviously along the way. But this last day there, we got that gap down. I was short this day and I drove it all the way down here. I took it out on this candle. Once we broke these lows, I was fully out of that position. That was a big day. That was a huge day. Because we sat there for a while. This is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. But it felt a little bit longer than that. It did. It felt longer than 8 days for some reason. To me, at least. To me, it did. Because I remember trading this. I remember trading this. I remember trading all this. I remember this island reversal. I remember trading that island reversal. This one. It was so clear and easy. You got a gap up, you rally, you turned it down, you gapped out. You pulled it back to make it resistance. That is a clear island reversal. You get those clear patterns where the pattern's put in, whether it's to the upside or downside, and then it reverses, and then it sticks it to make it resistance or support. Bang. Get short, get long. Like that's the confidence that you need. You know. So this was 2022. Right there. That was the candles, the daily candles we were getting, bro, compared to now. We're not even moving. Right? I would think the SPY is going to make that resistance. If it doesn't make it resistance, then it's going to go here. Then I think we're going to go put in another lower high right there. Like right here in this area. 449.22. So that's the difference in the trading action. But again, when you have candles like that in a day, like I just wanted to put it into perspective because I don't think a lot of people really fully understand the type of volatility that we just came out of. Look at this. This is like flat compared to $10 candles. Like this was a daily candle. Every other day, you were getting $10 moves in the SPY. Look, $10, $8, $10, high to low, $6, $6, $8, $8, 9. What is this? Let me see. 407 to 415. That's $8. You know, I already know what they are because I traded it all. I traded every single day here. All this. I traded all of it. All of it. You know? God, I miss these days. Could you imagine this? I need a day like this. 420 to 405, $15. I only pulled you up a $10. You know? Like a $15 day would take you, like on a day like we're at today, yesterday's close, 440. Let me go to 446 just to make it an even number. Right? 440. Let's go to 445. 445. Just to make it easy. And just to picture the type of volatility that's there. 445 to 460. Right? To 460. We're going to do it with moves like this. Right? Look at those candles compared to what we're doing right now. Look at that. It makes this shit look flat, right? Like going back to when contracts for a daily are $300 to $400 for a daily, right? I hope it comes back this winter. I'm surprised that we've had $2 moves, you know, but it makes this shit look flat. You know, it makes it look like nothing. That's what we just came out of. And what's funny, though, is that, like, as we came out of it and started putting in these smaller candles, the smaller days, that's telling you you're coming into a bull market. Because if you go back to 2000, you go back to 2008, you go back to COVID. Well, COVID was, you had the Fed. Well, you had the Fed in 2008, too, but not as big. The candles, the volatility just collapses. And the volatility collapsing is telling you you're pretty much, it's not like a 100% thing, but on the daily chart, like look how the candles slowed up. They slowed up, and it told you that you were in a bear market or bull market. A bull market was coming. I'll go over it tonight. Like, see how wide these candles are, and then if you start noticing, look how smaller they're getting right here, right? Look how see they're getting smaller. You don't. It doesn't look like it, but look right here. 405 to 409. That's only $6 on the top end. You know, you do have a couple days there when the Fed's talking, and then what? You have 410, 412, $2. Volatility's contracting. And what's that mean? Look at that. Look at the small candles, and you're working your way up. See, $1.50, $1. Right? The volatility's trying to pick back up right now. You see how the candles are getting bigger with that Fitch move? This is why I can't swing. Take notice in the size of the candles. See how small they are? Let me just take you to 2008. Let me take you to 2008. Because you're going to see when you came out of 2008 what it was like. Right? You guys got to look at this stuff because it helps you like become a better trader. Right? Look at these candles. Huge. Big candles, right? Big candles. Boom, boom, boom. Capitulation. And then what? And then what happens? Right? And then what happens? Look how smaller they're getting. Now, the candles are still big right here. But what happens? After you secure the uptrend and you start getting back up to the base and you find support, what literally happens right as you turn that previous resistance into support? Look at the size of the candles. Look at the size of them. Boom. See how smaller they are? Right? That's the bull market. We just had that coming out in October, November, and December. I've said it before I had the live stream to people, and I don't think people really understood what I was trying to get to. I'm like, guys, anytime the volatility has really gotten slapped in the face and you've had like at least 2-3 consecutive months of low volatility, chances are that's it. You're going back to the upside. Right? You're going back to the upside. Look how small they are. 2-3 months of it. I mean, that's just looking back. Now, it doesn't mean that it's got to be that way. 1, 2, 3, you go back up. We've had it. January, February, March, or even October, November, December. I'd really say December, January, February, and then March, April, May, June, July. We've been, heading that way. So, remember, take advantage of like what's even here with the non-volatility. Because when it starts getting volatile, and you guys are starting to see $300, $400 daily options, and you're like, damn, they're fucking $400. That's so expensive. Well, because it's pricing in a $10 move. It's pricing in a $10 move. So, and for every, big up move or every big down move, there's usually a big reversal too. But yeah, so I gotta make a phone call real quick. So that's a lesson. That's all, guys. Is taking notice that of the candle size during the volatility and then afterwards. Okay, during and then afterwards. What was that ticker again? VTGN. So I hope that was a good lesson that you guys could start kind of like looking at and knowing that. That's some of the stuff that people don't talk about because they keep it to themselves. And look what happened to VTGN. It broke out. What'd I tell you? And that kind of stuff just comes with time. Being able to notice like a change. Being able to sense the change through the chart. What did we say? I said to the long side. See if you get a failed breakdown here. Again, 1541. Let's look to see if this thing breaks up and out of here. Let me do a little bit more due diligence. This thing could start going again. I don't know though, because the volume's really low on this pullback. Your risk to reward is best here if you get in now, because if it pulls back anything below 1538, right, is when you gotta think about cutting it. It's a lot of selling. It's a lot of selling there. It's 11:30. You're coming into lunchtime, so be careful. Oh, I wanted to see what Bitcoin did too, guys. Keep your eyes on Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin breaks down, I want to see if Bitcoin starts leading equities. I remember playing that during the first of the year. Bitcoin literally drove the markets lower and higher. I mean. Bitcoin was literally a day ahead. Bitcoin was a day ahead of SPY and NASDAQ, right? You start seeing it, you can trade it. I'm telling you, there's arbitrary moves that can be had. It's talking about it now, so there it goes. It broke down. I knew it. Look, did it stop them out to shake them out? Is that a failed breakdown? That looks like a failed breakout. But I still think it could hold this. That's why I said to take profits, guys, because this company can go out and do an offering. What happens? Can I explain this real quick to you guys? And if you're just joining us, if you could give us a like and a subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. What happens with these biotechs? Okay, they go to private equity. They go to people that big money managers, just like big money. They need capital. Okay. They will raise capital, right? And in return, the person that's giving them money is going to get shares. All right? They're going to get shares. So they get it. Stock comes down. There's they're holding on to it, and you'll eventually get this big pop. You get this big pop. I know my head's just, because I was thinking about it two different ways. So they start taking profit, right? They take profit. You get this big pop, right? It's a winner. Then once the stock like this gets its big pop, and the people that have given them money years ago in exchange for equity start taking profits, like here, as it's breaking out, maybe they gave it to them at not even really par value, but they own this thing pennies on the dollar, right? Pennies on the dollar. And this thing's just ripped. So now they got the money back, right? That equity of this company, VTGN, they've got that equity back plus an enormous amount of profit. So now VTGN goes and does an offering, or VTGN says, I need some more money. Well, they'll probably do it again. They're probably going to give them money again. The thing is these pharmaceuticals are capital intensive, right? They're capital intensive. I forget where I was going with that. I'm so sorry. There was a point that I was getting with that. Let's see what it does here. I think that might be it. No, but the point is when you get this, you got to watch for an offering. That's all I'm getting at. If the fucking CEO is stupid enough, because the market is a place for you to invest your money, but it's also a place for the company to raise capital so that they can go do things. I wouldn't be surprised if they start trying. If that CEO right now is not getting hassled to do an offering right now, I don't know, the point of it. Because look where their stock was this whole time. Their stock was $1 stock. Something good happened. Now they're able to reclaim that equity at 20 some dollars and get more cash to continue going. If they don't do an offering, I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if VTGN if they do an offering. I would not be surprised at all. I would be more surprised if they didn't do an offering. Then I would say, why are you not doing an offering? Maybe they only wait to do an offering until the equity holders that had given them money years ago or whenever it was, they accumulate their money back with profit at these levels, and they're able to secure, they're just about completely out. Then they refinance, or they'll do an offering, and then they'll go back to the people that gave them money in the first place. They've collected that profit on the equity in exchange for the cash, right? If you're a biotech company and I give you cash to start up, something good happens. I own equity of your company at 50 cents, 25 cents. It's now up to $60. It's ran its ass off. So that equity, I sell it. I collect the profit. And now you do an offering. And then you come back to me and say, hey, could we borrow some more money? Well, damn right you can. Because not only did I get my money back 20 times, I can give you money. I can lend you money again for equity. And I still have a profit from the first time we did business. Right? So I need you guys to think about that. They should be doing an offering. I'm telling you, if this company does not do an offering, I would wonder why. Is it because the real shareholders are not fully out of their positions yet? Like, were they not able to sell it all in time, and it's a matter of time until they do the offering? You know, do they do the offering tomorrow? I'm really curious, because if they don't do an offering here, like, this is the point of the market, is to raise money. They need to take this capital that the market's given them and pay their debts and get some cash under their belt. It's at $15. It shouldn't be. Yeah, it's at $15. The bid and ask is at... Are you talking about the options? Do they even have options for it? VTGN, right? 150 difference. The bid and ask I got here is the bids at 15.16 and 15.18. It's actually pretty tight. Oh, yeah, I didn't even know that they had options. Oh, I'm sure it is, because there's uncertainty. You know what I would do? I would be a seller. I would be a seller of those options. I would. I really would. Because I'm telling you right now, look at the volume coming in. I mean, this thing could bounce. Looking at it on a 3-minute chart, this thing could bounce, guys. Let me see here. Let's look at this like for real, for real. Let's really measure this move. See, I can't even measure it because it's so ridiculous. All right, so that's there. Okay, so that's the close. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure, because that's 500%. You know, on a dollar, that's 400 or 500%. Difference. Oh, come on. This is going to take me forever. Holy shit. This is insane. This is so crazy. All right, so bang. Let's do it. Auto zoom. Auto zone. All right. Look at that, guys. Look at the... Oh, so it retraced 61%. And what it do? It turned the 38.2 into resistance. I feel like this thing's going to break down. Guys, they have to do it. They don't have to, but if they don't do an offering, that would be so stupid. I'm just saying, that would be really stupid if they didn't do an offering. I wonder if that took Carvana up at all. Really curious if Carvana went up on this news. Because that's what it would start. If this thing starts to squeeze again, what's crazy is that... Okay, so there it is. So Vistagen says trial of Isn't the all social anxiety disorder meets primary goal, share SOAR. I'm just waiting for it. That's all. I'm going to be honest. You got to watch for an offering on that thing. If they come out with an offering, I may go short this stock. I will probably short it. It may be a good short. Again, you should expect it because the whole purpose of the market is for companies to raise money. If they take this money, if they didn't already, for some reason, didn't take it at 60, because they have debts and they have all these other things, like their whole point is to get their hands on capital. That's the point of the markets. For you to give a company money and they take your money and they make more money with it and pay you back with it, with the share price. Right? Well, they've done something good. The stock price has rose. They do an offering. I mean, I don't, it's not like I want them to. If they don't, and I mean, again, I don't know what the float is on this thing, but, if this thing starts to short squeeze, maybe there's a high short interest, and they think they got a whole lot more room to run, right? They got a whole lot more room to run. Maybe they think that. I don't know. I'm not sure. The volume's there, at least here, but I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I would watch this 14, 15. I'd watch that level for it to pull back and hold it, and then to try and climb higher towards the end of the day, and maybe have an extra squeeze after hours this afternoon. SPY's working its way back up, 449. It's struggling right there at 449.05. Tesla. Tesla's still to the downside. Look at that move. That 11 o'clock move was another nice one. Starting to regain itself though. So 242. It pretty much got to the. It's working its way down there. I don't even want to look at those options now. They're definitely over 100%. So I'm going to get ready and get off here, guys. I'm going to go head over and I'm going to go. I just want to go knock this stuff out for them. So I'm going to knock this out. I hope you guys had a great day. If you guys are watching TVGA or whatever it is, just watch for the offering. Make sure you have the news up. Make sure you have some type, VTGN. Make sure you have some type of like Squawk Box, something that if you decide to get long this thing, that you can get the news. Worst case, set a stop loss. But you don't want it to halt on you and it gap below your stop loss. So you got to be paying attention to this. But I would look for this previous resistance. Now you have VWAP there. See if it turns it into support. See if you do get more upside. It'll be a little tough at lunchtime, but you keep grinding higher and making higher lows, then yeah, it could happen. I had fun today, guys. I really did. Sorry that I have to go. I want to go, I want to go help these people out real quick and help them get their household and get the stuff cut because they can't do it. Or they could do it, but, I offered to help them. I'll be back on this afternoon. I'm going to set the live stream up before I leave. I hope you guys had a great day. All right. We had a nice trade today. We'll talk about it on the live. We'll talk about VTGN. We'll talk about the news with Tesla. And anything else that may arise. Thank you guys for joining. If you could, like this stream, subscribe if you already haven't. We will look to do the same thing tomorrow, right? This week, I'm set in my mind to kill it. I'm going to fucking kill it this week. Yeah, man, I will see you tonight. But again, listen to me. I'm telling you, I'm setting myself up to kill it this week. That is my mission. The past 2 weeks, I had a little bit of a, I made green trades. I was green. but it just, it just wasn't there. And I identified why it wasn't. Friday after the close, I sat and I thought about what's going on. I'm like, I know what it is. It is the volatility that's starting to bring itself back in from this Fitch downgrade. We have CPI later this week. We're going to get volatility. You just got to prepare for it. You got to prepare. I'm going to show you one last time. Look at what's changing. And this means you got to change your setup. You have to notice this before it hits, because you're going to be in a trade and it's going to reverse and you're going to be like, shit. So when you get that follow through to the upside, follow through to the downside, take that profit and start looking for these candles to start coming back in. Look, right? Look at those candles that are starting to work their way back in. Big up moves followed by big down moves, right? Take your profits. You get an extension, possibly look for the reversal, because you're going to get big up moves and big down moves. Know where your 50-day, your 100-day, your know where your moving averages are. VD, love the name. That's hilarious. It looks like a God, I love those Lamborghini V12s. They sound so nice. Those Lamborghini V12s sound so nice. That Huracan. Not sure if that's an SVJ on there. It's really small on this other screen that I have over here. But great day, guys. We murdered Tesla. I'll go into that trade in the afternoon. As you guys can see, like I said, I was going to start at least commenting in chat. If you miss me on the mic saying what it is that I'm doing, I wish that there was a time on here. So you guys have a great afternoon. I'll be back on. We'll probably set the stream for like 8 o'clock, right? 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'll set it up. Thanks for joining us. Like, share, and subscribe. We will see you guys this afternoon. Have a great night. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. Look, Bitcoin's getting ready to drop down. If it breaks this level, guys, I'm looking for Bitcoin to get to 2,800. It gets to 2,800. There might be a short on BITO, Coinbase, things like that. Trying to give you guys some ideas before I go. And look at Coinbase this morning. It's also to the downside. BITO. All right. It's also another one I didn't want. Look at this. Look at that, guys. And I said, let's look to be short Bitcoin. All right, guys. Have a great day. Keep those on watch. Watch Bitcoin. There's an idea. BABA, Chinese earnings later on. See you guys this afternoon. Thanks for joining. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys in a couple hours.